Hello and welcome to MeadWestvaco Covington Safe Work Practices. Today you will learn about our line and equipment opening procedure. This is not the procedure in its entirety, but is presented as a training aid. You need to be familiar with and follow the written policy line and equipment opening number 1200-120. In order to protect any employee who is working on or around pipelines and equipment that may contain hazardous materials, temperature, or pressure, the Covington Mill has a set of safety procedures commonly referred to as LEO, that's Line and Equipment Opening. This procedure is part of our mill's Process Safety Management Program, and they conform to OSHA Standard 119.10.119. That mandates safety procedures that eliminate or minimize the catastrophic release of highly hazardous chemicals. All personnel, whether they are MeadWestvaco employees or contractors, must observe these regulations whenever they are breaking open the following: a screwed joint, a flanged joint, a welded joint, or any other joint on the following: a closed pipe, vessel, or any other piece of equipment that may contain any potential pressure, temperature, or any hazardous material. This also applies to any obsolete equipment. To begin, the maintenance workers and operators must obtain a line and equipment opening permit. That serves as a checklist that shows the worker how to perform the procedure correctly. This document includes a line and equipment opening permit and a hot work permit. With any procedure that involves hazardous chemicals, operators and maintenance workers must plan together, communicate well, and work as a team in order to ensure everyone's safety. The first task is to complete the general planning portion of the LEO permit. That includes the date, location, contents of line or equipment, description of the work, and the start time of the job. Next, the workers must conduct a hazard review. This includes a knowledge needed of hazardous material in the system, potential physical hazards, barricading as required, first aid if exposed, and the location of safety equipment. The operator must provide the maintenance workers with complete and accurate information pertaining to any hazardous materials that may be in the line or equipment. This information is documented on the Material Safety Data Sheets, or MSDS sheets. They describe the chemical substance, physical characteristics, fire and explosion hazards, reactivity, health hazards, first aid procedures, spill and waste procedures, personal protective equipment requirements, safe methods for storing and handling material, and miscellaneous information. For LEO procedures that involve the presence of chlorine, chlorine dioxide, methanol, or turpentine, the operator must also provide the maintenance workers with the process information sheet. This sheet contains information that is specifically prepared for the process. The PSI is readily available to all employees and contractors. It details the hazardous chemicals that are used or produced by the process, the technology of the process, and the equipment used in the process. The operator and maintenance workers must then sign off on the LEO permit. The next step is to assess any potential physical hazards that may be present in the system itself and in the area surrounding the work site. If the workers discover any other potential physical hazard, they must take the appropriate precautions to remedy the situation prior to breaking the line. Once the site conforms to the prescribed safety standards, then both workers must again sign the permit indicating they have inspected the area and there are no additional physical hazards present. One or both persons will continue to sign off on the permit after they complete each step required by the permit. In doing so, the workers can keep a running record documenting each step and ensure they are performing the procedure safely. To prepare the area, the maintenance workers must barricade or post the area to prevent other people from entering the hazard zone. Prior to actually performing any work on the line, the workers must also read and understand the emergency first aid measures to be taken in the event of exposure to the eyes or skin, inhalation, or ingestion. Those are listed on the MSDS. It is critical for the workers to learn their first aid procedures before they begin work, for if someone is exposed to a hazardous chemical, first aid must be rendered immediately. The workers must also locate the nearest eye wash station and safety shower and verify that they are in proper operating order. Purge the line until the water is clean and feel the temperature to feel that it is comfortable for the purpose. If the job requires hot work, the workers must follow the hot work procedure in addition to the LEO procedure. Once the maintenance workers and operator have completed the hazard review, they can now begin the preparation and isolation phase of their responsibilities. The operator is responsible for isolating all supply and discharge lines, draining, purging, and flushing the line or equipment. After performing each step, the operator must sign the LEO permit in the appropriate place. You must complete lockout/tagout on any device that has a direct effect on the line or equipment that you are opening. Each maintenance worker must review the LOTO sheet for completion and also lock and tag the lock box provided by the operating department. If heat tracing is present, it must be de-energized to verify the lockout/tagout has been properly performed. Both the maintenance worker and the operator must sign the permit in the appropriate place. Next, the maintenance workers must determine whether or not pipe support is needed and sign off at that appropriate place. The maintenance workers must consult the Personal Protective Equipment section on the LEO permit to determine the proper personal protective equipment package for the applicable chemical. Once the workers are satisfied they have reviewed the necessary precautions and that they have adequate information, they and the operator sign off on the permit. It is important to remember the permit is not valid and work may not begin until all sections are completed and all involved personnel have signed the permit in the appropriate section. The maintenance workers must then post the safe work permit at the job site. Make sure that clean running water is nearby in case of a spill. The maintenance workers must then verify that the line has in fact been isolated, drained, purged, and flushed. Never assume that a task has been performed. Always verify that it has. The maintenance workers may then conduct a line or equipment opening. Once the line or equipment has been opened, the worker should verify that there is no hazardous material in it. It is now safe to perform the needed repair work. Now the repair is complete and the line is again closed. After the work has been performed on the line or equipment, the maintenance workers may remove their personal locks and tags and tell their supervisor or operator that the work has been completed. Once the job is complete, the maintenance workers should return the LEO permit to the supervisor who issued the permit. He will keep it on file for at least 3 days. The line and equipment opening procedure is an important part of our mill safety program, but always remember the critical element of this program is you, your cooperation, your attention to detail, and your strict adherence to this step-by-step procedure. Only by following this policy can we keep MeadWestvaco employees and our contractor employees safe and accident-free. LEO, protect yourself, protect your job, and protect your future.